Hello everyone, we will start with Unit 5, the individual and the family. Lesson number 2, Mom's the One. What are some of the situations in which you feel you need your mom? Or you can't do something without her support? What are the positive roles played by a mother? These and other questions will be answered throughout this selection. Objectives: to identify the pattern of organization used in a paragraph, to identify the purpose and role of some paragraphs, to identify the writer's tone. First of all, what do we mean by pattern of organization? When I say pattern of organization of a paragraph, I mean the way the paragraph is developed or how ideas are developed in a certain order or way in such a way that we can achieve coherence, or it makes it easier for the reader to understand. Today, we are going to talk about two types of pattern of organization, which are simple listing process and the problem solution. Let's start with simple listing process. When do we say that the pattern of organization is simple listing process? We say that the pattern of organization of a paragraph is simple listing process when the writer focuses or stresses on the order in which something occurs or happens. He could use clues as first, second, next, then, while, so far, before, after, and later. And since we have this word listing, this means that there is a group of actions. Listing actions. Like, first of all, he did this, then that, then that, then that. At the end, he did something else, etc. Let's continue with the second type of pattern of organization. It's problem solution. So we say that the pattern of organization of a paragraph is problem solution when it mentions a problem and consequently it describes or mentions its solution or the solution of this problem. Again, simple listing process. The pattern of organization of a paragraph is simple listing process when there is emphasis on the order in which something occurs or happens. Clues that could be used: first, second, next, then, while, so far, before, after, later, etc. Problem solution. The pattern of organization of a paragraph is problem solution, or we can say it is problem solution when the paragraph mentions or states a problem and the solution is also provided. New vocabulary. Poised, ready to move. Esperanto, an artificial language based as far as possible on words common to the chief European language. Stumble, move unsteadily. Tuck, insert. What's the meaning of denotative and connotative? Denotation. It's the dictionary and literal meaning of a word. For example, home. According to the dictionary, it means where a person lives. So, it's the dictionary definition. Connotation. It's the emotional or feeling behind the word. For example, home. According to feelings or emotions, it means cozy, loving, comfortable. So, it's the emotional tone of the word, and it differs from one person to another. Let's read paragraphs 1, 2, and 3 to find out the connotative and denotative meaning of the word mom. Mom! A girlish voice calls out in a busy store. I turn toward it. So do several other women. It doesn't matter that I'm in the store alone or that my two daughters are much older than this helpless little voice. When I hear Mom, I am poised for action, ready for rescue. In this paragraph, the writer starts by narrating her own personal experience when she was in a busy store. She said that she heard a girl calling her mom. She and the others turned to see what was going on. She explained that even though it wasn't the voice of one of her daughters, she was ready to help. Let's continue with paragraph 2. Sure, they all say Dada first, but we women know it's just because their tiny mouths can't yet reach the round wonder of the word mom. In those three letters, so much is said. Like Esperanto, mom holds universal meaning. In this paragraph, the writer explains that kids learn to say dad first because it's easier for them to express. She also claims that the word mom is like Esperanto, which means common to all people, or that it has a universal meaning. Mom, Mom, the sound is a vapor trail through my sleep. Jessica has dropped her teddy bear. Her blanket is out of reach. I stumble into her room, tuck her stuffed bear in beside her, smooth her blanket over her, lean into the crib, kiss her, and whisper my love. Eyes closed. I wander back to bed. I don't need to turn on lights. I know the way too well. In paragraph 3, the writer explains what usually happens whenever her daughter Jessica goes to sleep. The writer enters the room as she always does. She moves unsteadily, puts her bear beside Jessica, smooths her blanket over her, kisses her. She doesn't have to turn on the light because she knows the way very well. Let's continue with paragraphs 4, 5, 6, and 7 to find out what else the writer said about her own experience as a mother. Mom, the word stabs. What do we mean by stabs? Stabs means wounds with a pointed weapon. So, the word stabs at me even after I have driven away from the city's finest daycare center. All the teachers have college degrees and are certified in kindness. The rooms are bright, the children diverse, the groups small, and the educational content stimulating. Yet, as I walk out of the place, something in my heart cries out wailing. Once in my office, I call, expecting to hear her screams in the background. Oh, Jessica stopped crying the moment you left, the teacher assures me. In paragraph 4, the writer talks about the time when she leaves her daughter at school. She says that even though the school is a good one, which means it has qualified or good teachers, the rooms are bright, and the classes are small in number and enjoyable, she still feels bad when leaving here saying mom because it hurts. In paragraph 5, the writer's care as a mom is shown. The writer calls to make sure everything is okay at school. She expected to find her daughter still crying, but the teacher informed her that Jessica had stopped crying the time she left school. Paragraphs 6 and 7. Mom is defined in the dictionary as a female parent, but through the years, my children, Jessica, the firstborn, and Sarah, who arrived 4 years later, have used the word to mean much more. At age 4, when Sarah cries, I know she has misbuttoned her shirt or jammed her zipper. In paragraph 6, the writer explains the meaning of the word mom as it's found in the dictionary, so it means a female parent. But according to the writer, it means a lot to her daughters, Jessica and Sarah. In paragraph 7, the writer talks about an event related to her daughter Sarah when she was 4 years old. She used to cry for help whenever she misbuttoned her shirt or jammed her zipper. New vocabulary before we continue with our lesson: shrieks, lilt, rags, vulnerability. Again, shrieks, lilt, rags, vulnerability. Shrieks means screams. Lilt, to sing cheerfully. Rags, old clothes or clothes in poor condition. Vulnerability, weakness. Let's continue with paragraphs 8, 9, 10, and 11. Jessica at 7 shrieks mom in an accusatory tone. She can't find a matching sock. Her tone changes as she gets older. She learns to lilt the word, to speak it sweetly. Will I please iron her yellow dress? Sarah at 13 spits out her mums. On a morning when she is already late for school, mom means I'm desperate for new clothes. I can't believe I've existed in these rags. In paragraph 8, the writer continues recounting an event about her daughter Jessica when she was 7. She describes the way Jessica called the writer. It was aggressive when asking about her sock, but Jessica's tone started to change as she grew older. She started to say mom in a kind way to ask her mom for a favor as ironing her yellow dress. Paragraph 9 is about an event when Sarah was 13. Now she repeated the word mom many times when being late for school and expressing her hopeless feelings because she realized she needed new clothes because those she had were terrible, as she believed. Jessica, at the age when she starts driving to school, still moms when her clothes are dirty or wrinkled or boring. Only now mom translates to, may I please borrow your new silk blouse? Mom! Sarah is almost 17 and rarely knocks on my door in the morning anymore. Yet I recognize the vulnerability in her voice. According to these paragraphs, Jessica still called her mom when she started driving to school when she found her clothes unsuitable to wear as wrinkled or boring, so she could ask her mom to borrow her new silk blouse. When Sarah became 17, her voice changed. It was weak and rarely asked for her mom's help in the morning. Questions. Question number 1. What tone is reflected in the opening paragraph? Justify. Number 2. What pattern of organization is used in paragraph 3? Number 3. How does paragraph 6 serve the idea in paragraphs 7 to 11? What purpose do paragraphs 7 to 11 serve? Good work.